Hey, Codepunk here. What's up, guys? Welcome to another tutorial of JavaScript. Today, we're going to learn how we can manipulate DOM using vanilla JavaScript without using any library. By manipulation, I mean to create new elements, insert them, append them, prepend them, or remove them from the document. So first of all, I'm just going to create a new div with an ID root, and I'm going to create a script element, a script tag in order to write my JavaScript. Okay, so first of all, let's see how we can create new elements in JavaScript, right? To create an element, I'm going to create a constant over here in which I will hold the element. So that will be heading, and I'm going to call a method in the global object called document, which is available to us in JavaScript, right? I'm going to call create element and pass it the name of the tag I want to create. So that is going to be h1. We can pass it a name of any tag to create that element. Now, in order to have this heading show up in our document over here to see if it is there or not, I'm going to give it a text content. I'm going to say heading 1. Right now, if I save and reload, we won't see anything because right now we haven't attached or insert that element into the document over here. So to do that, we're going to learn how different methods that we can use to insert this element into the document. So first of all, we're going to see the appendChild method. To use this method, we need to fetch an existing element in JavaScript and append the new element as a child to that element. For that, we're going to fetch root from document.getElementById. Using this method, we're going to pass it root. Now we have our root element, root div in our constant over here. Okay, so I'm going to call appendChild method on this existing element that we have fetched. Okay, and this method will accept a new node, a new element that we have created, which is heading. Now save and reload. You're going to see this new heading inserted into our document. Okay, now another method that we want to talk about is before. So what before is, it lets us insert elements before any other element in our document. So let's suppose we have an h2 over here called heading 2, and we give it an ID of, let's say, heading 2. Now we fetch that heading over here in a constant by calling getElementById, say heading 2. Now we need to append. Let's comment this out, right? Don't need this right now. Let's reload. We see heading 2, this one over here. We need to append that heading, insert that new heading that we've created over here, right? So we use before method. We can call this on any element. So we use heading 2 dot before, and we can pass it elements that we need to insert before this element. So we need to insert the heading right now and reload. We see that heading 1, right? We can also pass multiple elements as well as text nodes to this before method that we need to insert over here. Another text node. Save and reload. You see. Okay, and there is another opposite method of this, which is called after. So let's say we have another heading, which is heading 3 that we need after the heading 2, right? Let's replace this variable over here. So what we're going to do is we say heading 2 dot after, let's insert heading 3. Reload, we see a heading 3 after heading 2. Okay. We also have other methods that we need to talk about, and those are append and prepend. Let's say all of this thing, we have heading 2 in our root over here, right? And we need to insert heading 1 over here, and we need to insert heading 3 over here. So let's comment this code out. we say root dot prepend. What prepend does is it sees all of the children's and it inserts the new element before all of the children at the first index. Okay, so we say root dot prepend and the heading 1 that we've created, and root dot append heading 3. Now this produces the same result, heading 1 before heading 2 and heading 3 after heading 2, which is over here. These are the basic methods that you can use to manipulate DOM in vanilla JavaScript. And we have other two methods called replaceChild and removeChild. So for removeChild, let's say, I'll comment this code out. Let's say we want to remove this heading 2 from root. We're going to simply fetch that heading 2, paste that here, fetch that heading 2. Now we need to remove this heading 2, right? So to call this removeChild method as it states removeChild, we need to call this on the parent element, root, right? We already have that root over here. We say root.removeChild, and whatever child that we want to remove, that is heading 2, we fetch that over here. Remember, you need to fetch that element first, the child that you want to remove. You can't pass a selector over here like a string, right? You have to fetch that, have that element in the constant or variable over here. So it removes that heading 2 from the view over here. But a workaround this, if you don't want to fetch the parent element or you don't know what the parent element will be, you can also, as a substitute, you can put heading 2 dot parent node. You can use this parent node property of an element to call removeChild on it and pass it the exact same element, and it produces the same exact result. We also have a replaceChild method, and it works the same way. Let's use parent node dot replaceChild. replaceChild accepts two parameters. First one is the new element that you want to replace it with, and second one is the child that you want to replace it to, right? So let's see, we have that heading 1 over here. These are some basic methods that you can use to manipulate DOM in vanilla JavaScript. They're not difficult. They're not complex. They're very easy if you understand them. You don't need jQuery or any other framework to manipulate DOM. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and see you in the next tutorial.